And now, with the powers of nature... And that's 30, so that's already enough. If I wanted extra health, I could get it right now. But at the moment, I'm fine with it. So. With that tree revived, that's enough of a bonus to get a massive... Also, the water now doesn't hurt you, so... Like, I can't ride the water out, but...
Oh, because that would drop you into a cliff. Because now we have Bloom, which means we basically can revive a bunch of dead stuff. For the 5 people that played Wonderful 101 like myself, you may remember having the ability to circle and fix things in that game. You know, this is where it comes from.
Yeah, you see I overdamaged him, so... But that was a quick kill, so that was cool as hell. Booyah.
And look, good. Look, more experience.
I believe they eat seed, I think? Yep.
What animal is that?
These are boars.
Oh, boars were meat eaters.
The monkeys are.
Well, some species of monkeys are.
Monkeys can also, I believe, eat fish, and that's like the only dual feedback that freaking...
No, I think bears also, you could feed them meat or fish.
If you knock out...
That stuns the enemy, and now that it is stunned, you can revive it, turning it into a tree, permanently destroying it, and making the area safer.
And now... This is a little bit picky at points. See how it filled in just random flowers? But that was nature, so yeah, green sprout tips.
It basically just tells you the function of the bloom brush power. I think you're gonna have to run into it to get it through. Oh, no.
No.
You just have to get far enough away.
Cabbage! Not what I was looking for. Good items. So, like, I'm gonna try to show off another specific thing in a second here. So, like, those trees, and then these trees can be brushed, but I'm gonna try to show off a really cool thing if I do it right. Oh, I'm gonna have to angle it. This is gonna take some finagling. I got both.
Yeah.
I bloomed multiple trees.
Yeah, you can bloom multiple things depending on the way it's lined. But the game can be kind of finicky with that sometimes.
That's a really good tip, though. Bloom, you jerk. So, yeah. Just slowly clear the... Now that the valley's clear, all the stray beads are possible to get, but now there's a specific stray bead that you can dig up, but it's really hard to find at the moment. I'm trying to remember where it...
I remember it being at the beginning of the path. Or where this enemy camp is.
Hold on. Okay. It's, I think, around the camp. It's just... And this goes to a dumb problem. There are hidden chests that if you wait until...
Because, like, you see, now that you beat them, that island, Tucson, I believe you had to wait for that to happen, so I do believe the chest is somewhere around here. Or is that actually the stray bead?
No. There's one you can dig up. It's just the problem with the digging. Unless it's night, it is really hard to see certain hidden treasure chests, and that is a obtuse secret in this game that drives me crazy, because that's, like, that sort of NES era of, why the fuck would I know that this random...
Okay, to be fair, like, that also there were more enemies around here, more animals around here you could feed. Well, it's also like, to be fair, like, to this game, if you do look at the ground, if you notice chests, they have a little bowl.
Not the hidden ones!
Some of them do.
Some do, and that's...
Normally a buried chest will
have
that bolt sticking out of the ground.
So we might have to wait until it's night and come back up here.
Well,
What?
you don't want you're up your feet. But always remember to feed the animals. Remember, save the animals and all that.
So. Because that's my thing about stray beads, some of the oddly specific digging ones.
I use it.
If you... Wait, hold on. Here's a chest. It's really hard to freaking see.
Nope, that was it.
Sweet.
So it was right. It was around the...
That's the one, and if you clear every tree in the valley, I believe a second stray bead shows up. Meaning, like, we're gonna have to...
But we have those chests and stuff on the island in this dig spot.
Which is a clover.
Because again, the game was originally Clover
And if you
Studios.
bloom a clover... I'll probably get help in the next cycle, because we're gonna have enough for some easy help in a minute here. I just wanted some ink pots.
I honestly do think people should prioritize the ink pots before...
That's it. I'm probably going to get help in the next cycle to have 4 health, and I'm probably going to go back to... for a minute. Now that the water's safe...
Honestly, I recommend people primarily prioritizing the...
Oh, damn it.
It can be kind of panicky sometimes.
It's fine.
I honestly recommend people prioritizing ink because of how much and how often you're using it, and then have your upgrade be like at the next one.
Which reminds me of an extra thing I'm gonna have to double check on.
Because, like, due to them costing the most, the Celestial Pouch and basically your wallet, the upgrades for those two are very tiny. I believe both those you can only upgrade like 4 times, but that's because of how expensive they are and how, like...
Oh, actually, that was a sun fragment, not a...
That's your heart container.
Speaking of... So, I actually got... It was just funny because I knew there was a prize. That's the other list I'm going to have to double check are the...
And that's part of the reason upgrading, like, basically doing the upgrades for your health doesn't matter too much because you will get natural health upgrades and kind of much like buying blue orbs or like...
Oh,
yeah, much like...
speaking of night, which is funny where I was just talking about that.
While you're at this mirror, after you save, show, if you walk up to the mirror, if you notice it does this, can you activate your celestial brush? Can you not do that yet?
I think you can always do it.
Basically, that was like my point of, if you notice the reason the mirrors, they focus on the mirror when you use them, that's because of that thing way later in the game.
So now we can,
So now a lot of the overworld is open. A lot of this part of the overworld.
give me the thing.
How many demon things do you have?
I'm gonna have to check inventory in a minute. Hold on. 36.
I believe the first thing you can buy with demon things cost 30. But that's just the one item. The person that uses those as currency sells multiple items when we get there.
Like, this is a...
And also, this shows, like, one of those things, and it's something about this game I really like. When you basically make a, like, mental note to like, constantly bloom things, or, like, constantly go after demon things, right? Now the experience you, like, the praise you get from reviving trees and feeding animals is very tiny, and, like, demon things, each enemy gives you one, but, like, this battle... This is 3 imps, right? Or is it just 2?
Look like 2 imps.
Huh.
Unless there's a third guy just hiding off camera, which...
Or he'll spawn in after you kill him. No. It was 2, but, like...
Oh, yeah.
As shown as the enemy encounters, if you get, like, 3 or 5 enemies, you know, at a time, that's 3 or 5 demon things if you decide to use them also. It's something that, like, you see, it's 3 guys, and they're all power slash, meaning you can floral finish all of them, and that's 3 demon things right there. So it actually does add up relatively quickly, and I really like that in a game when a process... When, like, as long as you remember to do something, a process, like, isn't really that long or tedious. It's honestly not that hard to get demon things. You just have...
If you know they exist, which is why I pointed it out from fucking square one.
Again, to be fair, the guy that sells you the damn things, like...
The trader later brings them up.
So,
but then it doesn't really give good further info. But I knew how to get them from the get-go.
Anyone who had the PS2 version, did you think that they were only accessible through the, like, loading screen minigame? And if so, did you just run back?
I've actually seen people thought they were only accessible the other way.
You can only get them through floor finisher?
No.
Oh.
Not the load.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I found a stream of someone who figured out that they dropped, but the person thought that they were only dropping that way and didn't realize you could do this.
Yeah. Because I really want to know, because I feel so bad for anyone who just ran back and forth through a loading screen to try and grind the things. Though that could debatably, because of how fast you get them off a loading screen, arguably be faster than killing enemies.
Depending on the enemies, because later...
Well, yeah, right now, enemies only drop 1. Later on, enemies start to drop 2 or 3 on their own.
Some enemies drop 4.
Again, it varies based on enemy.
It's not the point.
That's what I said, when you make a mental note to do it, it's not that
I have
bad.
like 50!
Yeah.
We've been playing like less than 2 hours and I have 50 of these damn things!
Because, like I said, if you encounter, like, groups of 3 and remember to do it, that's...
Oh, God.
And now we get to the part of the opening that's dumb.
Oh, God. Well, first off, there's a fucking stupid side quest.
I don't think we can do that yet.
You fucking can.
You can?
You can do the one specific fucking side quest
Ooh.
that I'm thinking of.
Oh, god damn it! Okay, go feed something and get 2 extra praise.
There's a very stupid side quest that becomes available right now that I could
But now, like, now that,
painstakingly complete. And
that, like, basically this part of the overworld, now that it's open, this is the part where I feel the game's opening gets really stupid.
Oh, this is I said about an hour and a half in, people give up.
Before this, everything is relatively fine because, and I will be blunt, was the game being linear that kind of, sort of forces you into a direct path, so fucking up before this point is very hard to do.
Fling battle.
Yeah.
But we already covered it. Probably charm. Because we revived the area, this...
There's now just a merchant in the field.
And this is the first time they mentioned treasure, but...
We don't have any treasure, so... Buy more feed bags.
Going down the list. 2 of everything at the moment.
You could...
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying those. Just guess.
Right, like...
You never know when you need light healing.
Right, and well, the funny thing is, due to the combo and Godhood, you've never taken a natural hit. And what? Now that I've acknowledged it, you're gonna go fuck this up. But anyway, it was like...
Because you could say I would screw the food.
Anyway, it was the...
Thank you and good night!
Was the feed bag. You could buy, like, more at a time, like 4 or 5 of each, but the reason early game I stick to buying 1 of each, like, as shown as, you know, the boars.
I'm saving
like
money for something specific.
Yeah, you have 1, it's good to save money, and 2, because early on...
There it is!
Because,
oh my god.
Before you enter the thing, because early on, you don't really encounter a lot of various types of, like, animals that eat the different feed bags. Like, the seed bag is right now the one that is the most important. Now, on to this.
So a demon gate is a cursed gate that forces you into combat, and you might go, what's the difference? It's normal combat, but there's a very specific reason you want to shatter demon gates. And there's something about demon gates that needs to be noted that you may or may not have noticed.
because they force you in combat, you're gonna fight a lot of enemies. Like, a lot of enemies. So, this is a reason I would recommend maybe having at least one health upgrade, like, off the beginning, if you want to take this on early. If not, you could, because, like, despite this game ranking you after every battle and stuff, ranks really don't, like, the ranks, they really do not matter. It just basically affects the amount of money and stuff you'll earn after the battle, and also because of that, Steel Fist, Sake, and other stuff, they don't penalize you. The only thing that penalizes you, quote-unquote, is healing items, but that's not the
healing items do...
No, I was going to say they don't, but because you've taken damage, you get penalized anyway, so that's the only negative there. So if you really want to, you could just load up on a bunch of...
And now that I've made the big hearth...
Yeah. You could just load up on like a bunch of strength increasing things and go take on
only
the demon
when
gate.
the hearth is made. For some fucking reason, does the stray bead exist?
I think it's
I don't know what.
I think it's because the, like, if you notice, you not only is the one building back, but a bunch of grass and stuff is around here.
Buns! Bonbons!
Oh, they don't.
Wait, herbs. Not seeds, herbs. Bonbons!
Like I said, the seeds and herbs...
Feed them buns.
Right now, most of the animals you will encounter are basically herbivores, so that means that they'll primarily eat
Also...
the seed. Oh yeah, you can pick up smaller animals. If you bite larger animals, they'll get angry and attack you. I don't know if that actually deals damage.
I think it can deal damage. So, like, the basics of the game, and, like, I'm actually, you know...
After the first area of the game, unless we encounter a, like, floral finisher of something that we couldn't floral finish before, that point we're going to start skipping encounters. Because new enemies are basically set throughout the story, for the most part. I think there are one or two areas where you can technically encounter an enemy in, like, the overworld battles before you encounter it in the story, but you, like, really have to go out of your way to do that. So we're going to basically start skipping those battles now.
A little bit.
Again, unless you encounter an enemy in the story, when we first encounter it, we don't have its floral finisher, and then we do later.
There you go. He needs one Traveler's Charm. He's important for a Stray Bead related side quest, so...
Later. Also, as you could see, his name was Ida. That's because I think it was in Shinto, Ida was like...
It. Sweet.
I could be getting this wrong.
Here we go.
Like, I could be getting this wrong. It's one of those I'd have to go look up. But like the reason Ida was the name of the one character from My Hero Academia is because I believe in Shinto, Ida is the name of like the god of travel and commerce. I think so. That's why he's associated with running. Also is that all the different brush gods, their names are basically... all the different brush gods, their names are...
Also, in case, like, this asshole, when they come up, if you get behind them, they get really confused. Yeah.
When that invincibility happens, you basically can't damage them with brush techniques.
Oh, no you don't.
Asshole.
Jerk.
Anyway, like, the different brush gods, they're...
I win! Booyah.
The different Bros gods, their names are all basically a combination of something related to the technique and a word for god. Yep. Well, feed before.
Actually, hold on.
I guess do at least one health upgrade.
You know what?
Yeah, just have at least one there. And now feed.
Oh, every time. You know what? You know what? We'll get 4 health. Just to have 4. But I'm playing incredibly well.
Well, that's like another thing, and this is why I do think you should prioritize the ink bottles only going for health if you either feel like you need it or want to take on a few, like, combat challenges, or... gonna have to buy another herb bag.
I'm making good money.
But anyway, my point was, like, I recommend to primarily stick to upgrading the ink bottles. Only upgrade, like, the health or the celestial pouch if you're either struggling or feel like you need it, and I guess if you, like, get to the amount where you can upgrade the wallet, having one of those upgrades are really...
one isn't bad.
Because it is your wallet, that is something you will, like, you do eventually need the wallet upgrades to buy later skills, but, like, Okami is really, really easy. In terms of its, like, combat and stuff, the game's actually very easy now, because I'm not an elitist douche. I don't have a problem with that, and sometimes it's fun to just play a game in a state where you can just absolutely break it.
You and your stupid bazooka. Oh.
What, it's his, a standard Taiko drum bazooka cannon. Don't you know, everyone has one of those.
If you notice the thing with Demon Gates, as we pointed out, and this is something people struggle with sometimes, it's a lot of constant battle.
That's why I said, if you want to, like, take those on, or struggle with, like, a particular enemy type, having one upgrade of health early on isn't the worst thing. It's just that because you do pick up items that give you health upgrades, that's why I feel getting those isn't really necessary.
Damn it.
And it's your godhood, you're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see, with the godhood being 3 hits when maxed out, like I said, we've not taken any damage at all.
Hey, the first rank we lost.
No, I swear you got a tree on one other enemy. But
it doesn't matter.
The ranks don't matter at all.
Oh, don't say it all. Low rank is low money. There is a penalty.
Okay.
You get less money.
But you don't lose anything.
You lose money. Like,
you will get less money. But it's not like But it's not like the game thinks you're playing so bad they take money away from you. What is this? Dark Souls?
We're gonna have plenty of other just hard encounters. I'm just trying to play decently well. So now the main reason I wanted a fuck ton of money. We're not doing this for the money. We're not. We're doing it for a shitload of money. I love this guy. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, if you have ever played Okami, when you played it for the first time, how long did it take you to figure out about Demon Fangs and the floral finisher mechanic? Because, in my opinion, the game is a little bit too obtuse and unclear about how that works. An NPC later on brings up the mechanic, but does not really give you good details on exactly how it works. While demon fangs are technically optional, I wish they would have given people a better description on how the floral finishers work, especially because I find that mechanic incredibly integral, because demon fang traders exist later on and have a few important items. And because of this, I do think demon fangs are important. While technically optional, I consider them a separate currency, and they are always good to have for that exact reason, and most people figure out how to get them a bit too late, in my opinion, or completely miss the one NPC bringing them up at all. Anyway, that was my point. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links, as well as my Discord link, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time, so good night, everybody.